welcome to another edition of Collector's Edition Cast. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Bree.
I'm Attila, and I can't believe we actually came up with a name for this.
Yeah.
Another edition of a Collector's Edition.
Totally. Making
Good.
progress, going places. Not the worst podcast you've ever heard, but probably still the worst podcast you've ever heard.
Maybe
No,
second
I think
worst.
I think this is the second worst. Our first one is the worst.
It's a positive way to look
It's
at
probably
it.
a podcast about poop, so...
Well,
I would listen to that
Why
podcast.
didn't we make that?
just our poop stories for like, hey Jeremiah, so tell me about your poop week.
A little runny. A little...
okay.
Oh, okay. Let's
Okay, we're done.
Let's change the subject. This poop podcast is getting a little shitty.
Yeah, I agree. Puns.
That was bad.
Zing, zang.
But
By the boop.
Alright, so, games. What have you played? Only played this week, Jeremiah.
Oh, you're just dancing around the topic.
I'm dancing.
Speaking of
Um,
dancing.
Spoiler alert, they will mention Persona 4 at one point.
No,
When
not
it's
that.
Well, not
mentioned-
just Persona 4.
Oh,
Persona
yeah.
everything.
Persona everything.
I think you mean a number that's one larger than 4.
Oh, sorry, 5.
Yeah.
5
How dare
Persona
you.
5. Sorry. 4, Dancing All Night.
Okay. Well,
Give me props. I knew you guys just wanted to talk about Dancing All Night for 50 minutes.
for like 2 seconds, because that's not that important. Well, okay.
Can we go on with that
okay.
podcast?
Yeah.
So who wants to start with what they've been playing?
Well, you...
Me? Was
I-
I
Yeah,
asked?
you were
totally
asked.
Short
asked
term.
you.
Short term. Anyway, well, I've finally been sitting down because of the trailer that we're not mentioning yet to sit down and beat Persona Q finally. And that's been fun, I guess. Not really much to say about it yet.
How far are you now in it?
I think I'm at the second dungeon, so not very far. Like, I literally just
You're
got
like not even halfway.
the other cast and like the strolls and everything. So like I literally just got there, and then I don't think I've really been playing anything else besides Smash Brothers this week. Just Persona Q and that. I don't think I've really touched much of anything else, have I? I think we
That's
played.
my fault.
I think we played Alien Isolation briefly.
Ooh, how was
For
that?
like an hour.
It was okay.
Is it scary?
It's got a good atmosphere, but we're not that far into it.
We haven't reached the 8.
Yeah, we basically saw him, like, kill someone, like, his
Good lead
tail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good lead up, but we haven't really, like, got to it yet.
Although the motion, what would you call it? Like the camera
It's a little shaky and
on
exaggerated.
the PS4, there's no option to turn it off. So what I was reading online is on the PC version, you can turn off like
The
what is
sway.
it? The sway, your head bob, your motion
Yeah.
blur. And on the PS4, oh my god, when we first turned it on, I was like, no, I can't.
Yeah, it is really good. Like, that's, like, one of the first times I've ever really considered that I got motion sickness from a video game. Because usually I'm not, like, super susceptible.
Yeah, me either.
Susceptible?
So, thank you.
Or if
But I
it's
tripped
that
on my way.
intense, I would think they would put an option to turn it off, but nothing.
Yeah, it was bad.
You Google it, it
Yeah.
pops up, so we're not alone.
No, that was definitely one of the first times I've ever felt sick from watching it. But yeah, so you beat Persona Q recently, right, Attila?
Yeah, I beat it actually. I want to say like last Thursday.
How would you say it was?
Without spoiling, for obvious reasons for our viewers and for you,
Yeah, I'd kill
it
you.
was a feels trip,
Yeah,
but a very disappointing final boss because I accidentally broke the game. And
Sounds like Attila.
yeah. It
it's
does.
not my fault, it just happens. I learned about this thing called Flame Link, which is like a skill where...
Well, the Link skills are really good because I think on my Mitsuda I had Frost Link. It was one of like the sub Persona skills. And
Yeah,
just,
but
like, yeah, the skills are
basically,
just good.
I found out that the Link skills are from the Etrian Odyssey series. They're not a Persona thing. So I was like, oh, I wonder what this does. And I read it, and it said, like, every time one of your teammates gets a hit, you do extra damage.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll see how this works. So I do just Flame Link, and then just everyone uses a normal attack, and I'm like, I need to do more.
Yeah.
So then I found out about another skill called Death Chaser, which every time an attack hits, the Death Chaser trigger follows up with it, followed by a linker that hits twice.
So you're just like in a never-ending...
I'm basically...
It's just like, I
It's
swing
just a
at
scoop
you,
loop,
and then
basically,
everyone's
and
like,
damage.
swing,
If I had to
swing,
count
swing.
it up, let's see, there's 5 people. If they each attack, and then I had the Death Chaser on one, and then the Flame Link, I would hit 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, sometimes 8, then 9, then 10, then 11, then 12, then 13, then 14, then 15 times.
And he keeps counting.
Each doing about 100 to 200 damage.
The links,
at the minimum.
Wait, but if that's a staple of the what is it?
The Etrian Odyssey series. So
then they would know about that, so they didn't design and. Does it make you interested to play that series?
Yes. I actually really want to play the Etrian Odyssey
Yeah, I've
series.
actually been really tempted to buy it for a couple years now, especially since I reported 1 to 3DS. Like, that's been pretty tempting for me. Like,
I see it all the time.
I've really wanted to buy that game for
It ended
a long
up,
time.
when I did that, 15-plus hit combo, each one was doing, 400, 500 damage a hit.
Yeah.
And I showed you the attack. It's called Myriad Arrow that hits 6 to 8 times.
Yeah.
So each of those hits would do 200 already. So when I fought the final boss, I was like, okay, I'm going to set up this. I got lucky and managed to get the entire combo to go off, and I killed the final boss in 1 or 2 turns.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I think I broke the game. And then I beat the game, almost cried, but the thing was I was actually in the library at school. So you just see me go keep it in, and this person right next to me is like, are you okay? And I'm like, it's just the allergies. I'm allergic to Persona.
Seriously. I heard that game, though, story-wise, is kind of stale.
I agree.
Until the end. I hear the end is definitely
The
where
ending
it's
is
good.
really heavy, and it really changes your thought process on the certain characters in the game and how things look. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I also beat all the hidden bosses in the game, and now I'm just going through New Game Plus on the hardest difficulty, which is still really easy for me because I thought the enemies would scale with my level, but they don't. So I'm hitting them with 1 hit from my basic auto attack until I'm on the 3rd dungeon. Okay. So I literally I got up to where you are in 3 hours.
Yeah, I think it took me 12 hours to get where I was for some reason.
He's also
I was just really slow,
Yeah.
Just when I play games in general, I tend to move
you
kind of
like
slow.
to lay back and just play them casually, and then I'm just here breaking them down into a science.
Yeah.
I also played some Monster Hunter 3 with some people. I actually got one of my friends to play Monster Hunter, and he actually bought a Wii U, so I let him borrow Mario 3D World to see if he likes it. I played some Hearthstone here and there, watched my friend play it, and it was hysterical because he lost in the most embarrassing way in the arena mode. For anyone that doesn't know what arena mode is, you have to make a deck out of random cards and just go right in.
I can't
It's
do
pretty
arena.
hysterical.
That sounds fun. That's the kind of mode I would play, probably.
You should really get into Hearthstone.
You know,
But the
play
thing
it.
is you
it's
don't
not-
like Magic, right?
no, not really.
We could even verse now that I have 2 laptops.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do
I don't
that.
think I necessarily hate it, but just from what it looks like, it just doesn't look like it'd be my thing, just because it's not weeaboo, which is what you guys would say.
I don't know. You could try it. I
Yeah,
think you would like
I would
it.
give it a shot.
You're
I'm
one of
not.
those people you judge too much based off what a game looks like.
The art is well, it's Blizzard, so some of the art is being reused, but I like it a lot.
But I'm definitely not above trying anything once. I'll definitely give anything a shot once. But I guess I'm just really specific on what I like, so I criticize too much.
And then I also played what else? I played a lot this week actually, but I also played more League with a bunch of my buddies. We decided to jokingly make a ranked team called the Daijo Bros. So the joke that I made in the first podcast actually became a thing by accident.
Okay, sweet.
So look out for Team Daijo Bros at the LCS. We gonna be millionaires.
Don't look out for them.
I know.
Are you gonna beat Dyrus?
Who?
I don't know. That's the only League player I know, because there's this high school girl who works where I work, and she literally says I look like Dyrus all the time, and that's what she calls me. I don't even know if she knows my real name, because she's just like, "Hey Dyrus, can you get this for me?" And I'm like, I don't fucking play bad video games.
It's true. We were playing a King's Cup in League of Legends Champions was brought up because we played with a bunch of League players.
Oh, Lord.
So, you're supposed to go around and everyone's supposed to say a champ until you don't remember.
It was the category card.
The category card, too.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He was very next, and I was like, oh, man, he's dead right away. Like, he's just drink. And then I guess he didn't understand what the question was, and he's like, Dyrus. And I'm like, no, drink. But of course, everyone's about ready to let him pass because they thought he said like Darius or something.
Oh.
So yeah, almost made it, but I called you out. And then the second he brought it up, they're like, yeah, he kind of does.
The sad thing is, like, I think I do know, like, a couple League champions.
The only...
I think I know Ari.
That's one.
Yeah, I know...
I just said one.
Misfortune.
Mm-hmm. But you only know that because of Skullgirls, huh?
Yeah. Is Warlock one?
No.
False.
Damn
just
it.
back out.
But we don't want to spend like half an hour you trying to
Me trying to
like,
name
you're just gonna
all
come up with
100 plus champions.
Dingledorf, Nickelback,
Exactly.
Goku.
Yo, if Goku was in the league,
I actually saw a video on YouTube where somebody... Do you know the champion Lee Sin? Mm-hmm. The blind monk that can like throw Hadokens and he does like a kick? Mm-hmm. He actually has a Sagat skin called Muay Thai Lee Sin, which is actually really cool. Tiger! But I saw a YouTube video where this guy did a skin mod and actually turned him into Super Saiyan Goku.
Oh, wow.
It was the most hilarious thing ever, and this same video I saw, he changed, I want to say, Dr. Mundo to Shrek, and he turned Singed into a Coca-Cola machine.
Okay.
Oh, I remember another champion only because it's based on Miku. Sona.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Speaking of
And
Sona,
plus he like said 50 of them.
have you been following up with the League of Legends
The
like
DJ
news? Yeah,
Sona.
DJ Sona. That looks so cool.
I actually
but
saw that, yeah.
You saw DJ Sona?
Well,
it
like his
actually looks
Tumblr.
really cool. It's basically
My
for
friend
those.
tried.
The only things I know is, like, that are cool about it is I know there's a Gurren Lagann skin. I think there's a
Yeah.
Frankie from One Piece skin.
Is there?
I think. I remember someone telling me that.
I don't think
Like,
so.
I think
don't
it's
think so.
based on it.
No, I don't think so.
I don't
if
think
it
I've
was,
ever
it would
seen
have
a-
been like a fan.
If there was one, I would have
Probably.
probably bought it.
Yeah.
But I
they're
know
not-
that League has Mortal Kombat, Street
Gross.
Fighter.
Good.
They have Gurren Lagann. They
Good.
have Strider Hiryu as a
Good. That's
skin
pretty cool.
for a champion named Talon. He's really cool.
Don't they have a Metal Gear one too?
Yes, they have two. One is Yasuo,
Mhm.
where I'm pretty sure it is a Metal Gear reference, but he's wearing like the cybernetic armor and he has Jetstream Sam's sword.
Oh, yeah.
And when he does like his recall or dance taunt thing, he actually puts the sword on his foot and starts spinning and stuff. It's really cool. But back to the DJ Sona thing.
Metal Gear's not happening. That Metal
Two?
Gear Rising 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
I just remembered that.
You kind of spoiled the build up. I was going
Yeah.
to talk about that.
Yeah.
Was
Oh.
I got a
non-existent.
text from one of my
I
friends.
think it was me.
No, it was one of our other friends' younger brother.
Really?
'Cause he's actually a really big fan of it.
I remember sending it to
Yeah, I remember you sending it to me, but he freaked out and told me, like, bruh, there's a Metal Gear Rising 2, and then we found out it was
That too looks very Metal Gear Rising.
It does. So
But
whoever
maybe it was
whoever
just like
did
a
that,
flashy too.
whoever did that, you get like the biggest bird on the damn planet.
Yeah,
Just
seriously.
saying.
Like that would have been amazing if they made.
Everyone is
sequel.
very hyped for that.
Yeah, there
It's
was a
just-
lot of like.
People were
Excitement.
Yeah.
like screaming.
Well, Metal Gear
and-
Rising 1 was great. I mean, well, you haven't beaten it yet, right?
Not yet. No,
Ah.
I've been kind of lazy on that. But like, as far as a character action game, it's amazing. As far as a Metal Gear game, like plot wise and everything, it's not good. But everything else is amazing about it. I'll say
Raiden
that.
has to save the children,
Yeah.
and then dresses up in like a sombrero and like
yeah.
just goes up
I
to a
love that
bunch
you
of
can, like,
Mexicans
buy
and just go, adios, amigos.
And then he also tries to fight a cat that has crazy backflips
Yo, that cat is a boss.
and cuts water.
No,
balloons.
Metal Gear Rising 2 should basically be about that cat. Like, it has to be a prequel. Why
I'd
is
be
that
down
cat
with
on the
that.
beach? How can it fight Raiden?
Yeah, right.
Jetstream cat.
Oh, and then a Metal Gear with the cat and the dog.
Best antagonist. Jetstream cat.
Metal Gear cat. That would be a ton of fun. What were we talking about again originally? Oh yeah, the DJ Sona thing. The only thing I'm mad about is that a skin is like $20.
Is it now?
It's
like
it's
a
confirmed to be
limited.
$20.
That's bullshit.
Is it one of the ones that you evolve with?
What do you mean by evolve?
Because they released an Ezreal skin at one point where when you're level 1, you look a certain way. When you're level 5, you gain stuff.
No, what it does, which is kind of cool, is when you use like the different spells like the Q, W, E, and all that stuff, you actually change the color, and you also change the music that you play.
Woo!
So like you go from like smooth jazz to
You play,
like
Skrillex,
hardcore.
just
Yeah, you can actually make like do like a Skrillex thing,
Oh,
and
that's kind of cool.
techno, and then
Worth
if
$20?
you're a teammate with a DJ Sona, you can actually listen to their soundtrack.
Worth
So they actually
$7.
turn into like the DJ in the game.
I'd pay $7.
I'd pay $7 for that.
I would only just give like $5 to a friend.
$20 is like
You can get
a costume pack.
Or a exclusive character.
or 20 copies of Mad World at GameStop.
Yeah,
It's
right.
true. 20 copies.
Which is probably way better than
Probably.
playing
The
League.
fact
You
that
can
I
just
got
walk
Mad
around
World for
finding
$2 at GameStop. I wish I could talk about it, but I have not touched it yet, and I had that game in
Yeah.
my shelf for like 3 weeks.
We got it too.
We got it
haven't
a
been
long time before,
touch it.
like.
We
months
all
before
gotta sit
you.
down and play that sometime.
We do. Just like how, I don't know if we mentioned it on the podcast the first time, about how we're sitting down and playing Bayonetta 2.
No, we didn't. I think we started.
You guys
that
started
after it.
Bayonetta 2 right after this.
That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
I think I probably brought up that you guys haven't touched it.
But no,
that
we
would do
finally
it. But
played
yeah, we've
Now
been
you guys
playing
are
that.
playing it.
It's a ton of fun.
It's good. I mean, like, I don't really care for the plot or anything. I just think it's just like a fun
I
game.
slightly
that was,
do, but
That was like the big thing, but I definitely like enjoyed the boss fights are way flashier.
it controls
It's
better.
just more stylish. Like, you know, it controls even tighter, even though it already controlled super good.
They basically like polished a perfect game.
Yeah.
So it has like that perfect shine.
It really does.
And the
It's-
fact that it bundles with the first game too on Wii U, it's
Which
such a
is pretty
steal.
awesome,
So
yeah.
you're technically paying like $30 for Bayo 2, and then
Yeah.
you're getting Bayo 1 for 30 as well. So it's like
Yeah.
a bundle pack.
Okay, so I have a story real fast.
All right.
Go for it.
Alright, so I was taking my friend to go buy a Wii U today. And it's a big deal. He didn't want to buy it at first, but I keep bugging people I know to buy Nintendo consoles. Or just buy things that I'm
Yeah.
playing. So we stopped first at a GameStop. And this is a GameStop me and Jeremiah go to all the fucking time. Like, we were just there yesterday, right?
Is
Yeah.
it the one by where I live?
Yes, it is. But we just go there far too much that I would be embarrassed to tell people that I go there like multiple times a week. For nothing, too. We just walk through the store. And then one of the GameStop employees just like looks at me because Jeremiah's been coming there like a long time.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're looking at Wii U's and he just like paused and he's like, "You look so familiar." And then we just both say Jeremiah at the exact same time. And then he's like, "Oh, that's right. And then he starts walking away. He's like, "Oh, don't forget to tell Jeremiah we're having a Monster Hunter Midnight on Thursday."
They are?
They are
Bruh.
having a Monster Hunter Midnight on Thursday. They'll probably, if you have like new 3DS pre-orders, you can probably pick it up right then and there.
Okay, I really gotta
I
tell my
talked to
sisters
him
BF
about
about that.
about your Monster Hunter DS or
Mm-hmm.
3DS. Maybe if they have extras right then, you can probably just get it done and just cancel it online too.
Yeah.
But I was just like, "Oh yeah, I'll relay the message."
Which one
to
was
him.
it?
I don't know his name. Oh yeah, and the whole time he doesn't ask me my name.
That's
I'm just
funny.
like Jeremiah's friend. I don't even know if he knows I'm your girlfriend, so he's just like person who's always with Jeremiah.
What do you look like?
Gauges.
Oh, that guy.
Just whatever.
Yeah.
Later. But yeah, I just relayed all the message. So
Sweet.
I'm like walking out of the store with my friend. We didn't get the Wii U there, but I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to be here on Thursday because he's gonna go to the stupid midnight."
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
probably gonna be at my house, aren't you? And then at around 10 o'clock, we'll walk to the GameStop or
You're
something.
gonna want to be there before 10.
probably.
Oh yeah,
It's
because
Monster Hunter
and the new 3DS,
3DS.
and also Zelda Majora's Mask.
And
Dude,
Zelda's
and I can't even
Majora's.
afford all that right
I
now.
know.
And Amiibos.
Shit, Shulk.
Oh shit!
I don't
Shulk's
know if
coming
they'll
out.
like throw that out at midnight, but
If
I don't
Shulk
know.
is there-
You actually don't have anything pre-ordered at this game.
I'm just going
Yeah,
to
I know.
imagine like everyone in GameStop is like gonna get ready for like a zombie apocalypse.
I'm gonna fucking
Do you
fight some...
work on that day?
Thursday?
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna fucking fight
Don't
some
forget
motherfuckers
also.
for Shulk, though.
Don't forget, Thursday night and Friday afternoon, one of
Friday
our
the
friends
13th.
is going to have a Monster Mash party.
Really?
Yep. I wish I could say the name on the podcast, but I can't. But it, basically,
Just say Monster Hunter Mash Party.
yeah, Monster Hunter Mash
That's
Party. Me and like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think like 5 other people are gonna
Bunch
be
of
there.
people are gonna
Sweet.
play Monster
We're just gonna be
Hunter.
sitting with our
Probably
3DSs
get
and
smashed.
playing it.
I'm assuming that's a.
I've
that's
never
an
played
alcohol reference.
Monster Hunter drunk,
Every ti-
so that sounds fun,
Is it?
actually.
Is it
What?
alcohol? You guys are gonna drink? And
No,
play
we're
Monster
probably
Hunter?
just gonna be a bunch of nerds and sit on the couch and not talk to each other and just play the game.
Oh, cool.
Hey, if we can make it into a drinking game, I'll definitely do
Yeah,
it.
hell yeah.
You got money for alcohol?
No.
That's what I thought. We're
Hello,
all-
Friday the 13th, bitch. Like,
I know,
I'm
right?
spending that on, like, Majora's, everything that's left.
That's
is
what I
going to
thought.
Majora's. I'm not playing Monster Hunter until I have many 3DS.
Oh god.
That's fair.
And then I'm just gonna randomly bring it up, but apparently my microphone that I always thought was broken apparently works. So I'm kind of tempted to start streaming again.
Do it.
I
Yeah.
mean, it'll be
I
fun.
keep saying I'm going to bring over my streaming equipment
You always forget it.
to Jeremiah's,
'Cause
but I seriously
I've always
forget.
wanted to do this because oh god, this is going back like since I was like 15, 16, but I used to have a YouTube channel called 93 Madzilla.
Oh, hell
Gross.
yeah.
The-
Hell
hey,
yeah.
the nickname
That
ca-
mid-2000s, bro.
I don't know, but when I made my name, I was like, I
there-
have to have
look,
it
there's a
repeated.
story behind
Yeah.
that name, but long story short, I was in middle school, somebody tried to bully me, got into a fight with them, kicked their ass, and everyone called me Madzilla for some reason, because I was,
You get, like, Hulk mad.
I was like, basically, you know me, I'm like a gentle
Godzilla
flower.
mad, like...
I don't know, because there was a guy that, like, would always call me Attila the Zilla, or something like that. I've
That's
had...
not even an insult.
I know, right?
What is-
No,
that
no,
sounds
that's
like a
not.
nickname.
No, that was a nickname
Oh,
I
okay.
got.
What
That
about
wasn't the.
Hun, though? The one that is a thing
I
that
don't
makes
know.
sense.
I've had so many weird nicknames. I've had Zilla. I've had Honey Boo Boo. I've had Tilly's.
The Honey Boo Boo one makes cute. Or
It's
is cute and makes sense.
It's
Not
pretty
makes
adorable,
cute,
but
Makes cute.
Makes cute. Should have done my warm ups before we started.
Blah, blah, blah.
How now, brown cow? How now, brown
We were
cow?
actually trying to do that like before we were recording.
For like 2 seconds, not
Just-
enough to work it out properly.
Mm-hmm.
But God, I'm scared of the 13th because as of it stands right now, like I don't know if I have enough money, like for my new 3DS. Like I'm like probably like $10 to $40 off, and then like I need to get Shulk. Like if I don't get Shulk,
You're not really feeling it.
yeah, exactly.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I mean, Monster Hunter will
Every
be
time you
downloaded.
hear the name
so
Shulk, you have to have that somewhere.
yeah,
No, I know. The thing is, like, you have every amiibo so far, but Lucario.
yeah. So it's like
And it's like,
this is the time where it's gonna start falling off.
You
again,
even had the
tricky.
rare Goku amiibo.
I do.
oh my gosh.
Well,
So
we won't get
gross.
into that right now. But like, I probably won't get Majora's right away because you're gonna
I
buy
will.
it, and it's like that's a game I've beat several times.
That's the
so.
only
I've
game
beaten
I'm
it
buying.
100+ times.
Yeah,
Actually,
But-
I should pre-order that so it's, like,
but-
ready to go.
probably.
Briefly going back to the 93 Madzilla thing, I had a YouTube channel, and the first 2 videos I ever made on that channel was me beating the final boss in Majora's Mask using the 3 heart challenge.
Wait,
So-
I haven't beat Majora's. I don't want
I'm not gonna say what the
Oh,
final
okay.
boss is, but basically I beat the entire game with only the first 3 hearts, didn't pick up any pieces, didn't pick
Oh,
up
yeah,
any
yeah, got it,
containers,
got
didn't
it.
pick
Yeah,
up
everyone knows
any
what the 3
upgrades. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
But I
Anyone
used to
who's made it
upload
this
that.
far knows
I
what
used to
it is.
upload up. I had the Pokemon Yellow playthrough still up, where
That's
I was
funny.
like 17 years old. My voice, it sounds exactly like my voice right now. Only when back then I wasn't really as energetic, I guess you could say. So you just hear like, hey guys. it's
You were more like a me
Remaz.
level.
One of the creepy like YouTuber. If you think that's bad, I used to upload like Call of Duty videos. to
Hello.
YouTube.
No, I have
I'd be like.
No, I have a Call of Duty
Call
video
of Duty,
too.
Like Road to COD God. That's what it was called.
Road to COD God?
Wow.
That sounds like a fishing challenge.
It does. It was really bad, and I was.
Yo, I heard you like COD. What kind of bait do you use?
Yeah, it was bad.
God, I have never like been so disappointed in you
I know.
until this one moment.
Hey man, you used to play Call of Duty
Yeah,
also.
well, okay, I never
he
made
didn't
it to
upload
Prestige
it.
even, so
Oh,
I was not that hardcore.
I was pretty hardcore
I would
into
like
Call
make
of
friends with
Duty.
the other YouTube Call of Duty, like nobody.
And you'd be like, bruh, Doritos, Mountain Dew, my house, 9
What's your
o'clock.
loadout?
Jesus.
What perks you use, bro?
Seriously.
God,
I
that
like
makes-
watch their videos.
You guys
pause it.
remember that brief time period between 2007 and 2009 where you realized you only played like shooters?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, 'cause that's what was really big that couple of years. Like, I was always like a Nintendo and Sony kid growing up. Like, and I mean that's also due in part to like the Xbox didn't really come out until later. But I still had the first Xbox. But even then, on the first Xbox I played Jet Set Radio. I had the Metal Slug ports. You know, I played the Godzilla fighting game that was on everything. So I didn't really and like.
I'm still pissed off that the Xbox version has Kiryu in that
Yeah.
Mars attack stage.
It's still that's pretty cool. And then like I think Halo was like the only one that I like played.
Halo's the only
But
thing on the Xbox.
Halo's so
everyone
shitty.
played Halo
I'm
at one
sorry.
point.
What?
I hate Halo.
You hate Halo,
I
but you
hate-
love Destiny.
I love Destiny.
Destiny is Halo. Every time-
Destiny is.
Destiny is
amazing.
Halo.
Like
Yeah,
I'm not
but I
saying
actually have gun selection. Like.
that's a little fair to be honest.
I got nothing.
Because
Yeah, thank
if you're
you.
playing online, you either get assault rifle or
but
battle
there's
rifle.
nothing as
That's like-
memorable though as playing Halo 1 and just using the OPS pistol.
with the scope on it.
That
has no
pistol
scope
was so
attachment.
good, and then they decided, you know what, let's turn this pistol into an assault rifle.
Yeah, but anyway, before we get into like some weird Halo cast bullshit,
Or
like
start killing
I was gonna
each
say, you know, I wasn't like big on Xbox really, because even when I had an Xbox, I still played, you know, PS2 and GameCube more. But you know, there was just that period where everyone had an Xbox. I remember I got a PS3 and I sold it, which was a stupid move because I ended up rebuying one
Well,
anyway.
it's honestly
But-
because your friends
but
had it.
everyone
and you
had a
wanted to
It was
play
360.
it was
with
peer
friends.
pressure.
Yeah, no one had a PS3 at the time.
Well,
Like,
because PS3, their online sucked.
I loved
Yeah.
that. I loved how like everyone had an Xbox. Now everyone has a PS3
yeah,
Four.
and
and
four.
four, yeah,
Or
but like,
four.
but the-
and
the-
or.
But
yeah.
the thing was, it was like I was getting at was like everyone played.
yeah,
like, the mainstream
I
games.
bought an Xbox.
Even-
I remember playing
I
like
would- my
games I
parents-
hated.
Well, not my parents. My sister would always call me like a hipster when it comes to video games. I'm pretty sure you're called a hipster when it comes
Yeah,
to it
well-
because we always play like those indie
No,
games or
because
RPGs.
You guys are reboot trash.
Yeah, a little bit.
How dare
I consider
you?
myself more of a hipster gamer.
It's because you play
Well,
your
maybe
damn
not too
indie
much.
games.
Says
but,
the one who
like-
plays that princess indie game.
Because it's. Whatever. But yeah,
But
no,
what I'm getting at
Leading to
was
my
in
point.
that time period, I played nothing but mainstream
Yeah,
trash.
I
I
bet-
played Call of
It's
Duty.
true.
I played NHL. I played Madden.
Gears of
Yeah.
War.
I played Gears. I
Yeah.
played Borderlands.
Sports
I remember I hated.
Yes, I used to play sports games.
Gross.
I remember originally I wanted Fable on
Oh
Xbox
god, I remember playing Fable
because on the art, the character on the beginning, or not the beginning, but the character art on the box, like the box art
Wait, Fable 1 or 2?
one.
One looks cool.
It's not
like the
it
art.
sucks. But like the art on the box art, I'm getting redundant with this
Yeah, you're
because
saying you're
people like
picking
keep like
on-
chipping in. I'm like art, trying to keep myself on
Okay,
track.
box
But
art looked weeboo. I'm
okay,
assuming.
yeah, the character
Yeah.
looked like Super Saiyan Trunks from Dragon Ball Z, and I was like,
I've never thought of that.
yeah, doesn't he? His hair
He does
is
not.
really
What
identical.
the hell? No, he does not.
Okay,
I need
well,
to see a picture.
When
of
I was
this.
a child, I thought that.
All right.
Okay,
but
Childhood
go
on.
is
So I
wrong.
bought. My friend got me Fable for my birthday, and I hated it. I thought it was fucking garbage. I thought it was the
I
worst
couldn't
game I've
get
ever
through
played.
it,
It was
so
fucking
continue.
disgusting. It was bad. It was gross.
One of the first games to use a morality system, though.
Yeah, that was neat. But
Okay, I'm looking at the cover, and it kind of does look like a Babby
yeah,
Trunks.
right.
Let me see. Turn the phone.
There you go.
Totally looks
I like
like
that.
a kid
I
Super
like
Saiyan.
Kind of looks like.
Kinda.
He's got the sword on his
doesn't
back
look
and
Super
everything.
Saiyan.
Whatever.
No, he
Continue
kind of
the
looks like
story.
he's a ghetto Golden Sun character.
Or
There,
that.
that's better.
Yeah. But anyway, so I bought it for that reason.
That's gonna be our
and I hated it. And even then, with fucking Xbox, you know, I got suckered into playing Fable 2 and 3 online, and I still thought they were just as garbage.
I did not get suckered into that.
You're lucky.
You never got suckered into that series?
The Xbox...
I got suckered into playing Fable 2, and I have hilarious stories in that game. Like, there's the infamous story about me and my buddy playing co-op, and we somehow ended up getting into a 13-way.
Yeah.
That sounds
Because
horrible.
do you remember in Fable 2 how you can...
I never played Fable 2.
Okay.
You're lucky.
Did you played Fable 2, right?
Unfortunately.
Do you remember how you
Probably.
could hire hookers?
Yeah.
We hired like 12 hookers.
13 way. That makes sense. now.
Yeah, so it was
It's
just
like, it is
me,
as bad as it
my
sounds.
friend, we got like 11 hookers.
Wasn't that game rated T?
Yes.
You can hire
hookers and you can have sex with them.
Wait,
and
wait, did
you
you
can
like,
use
legitimately
you can-
have sex? Like,
Yes, you legitimately can have sex with them and you
Did
can
you see
accidentally
it?
get them pregnant.
do you see the sex?
No, it's just a black
Sex.
screen and it's just, oh my.
Oh,
And
interesting.
the thing that was funny was my friend, he accidentally brought a gay hooker into it too. So it was like, we
there
had,
are gay hookers in Fable?
there's,
I'm playing this game.
somehow the dog got into this too. It was
Oh, God.
hysterical.
That's gross.
Interesting.
It was just me, my friend, a dog, a gay guy, and like 9 women. And we-
Alright.
Sounds like my kind of 13 way.
That's interesting.
But Fable is that weird series. Like, how would you describe Fable? It's a game where you dig through the ground and you find a pigskin condom. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Wait, there's actually a condiment?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can find condoms in the ground and you use them
To not have babies.
to not have babies.
Fucking
If you
So
don't,
that's
you pretty much
safe
have to
sex.
cross your fingers and
So it's real
hoping-
life.
Yeah, basically.
If you were looking for a
That's
surefire
interesting.
way,
seriously dig up
to
a
get an
condom and
STD.
use it
That's how we get condoms.
by
right?
digging them
Like,
out of the ground.
You don't buy condoms.
Condoms don't grow on trees.
totally.
No, they grow in the ground. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Condom trees.
Just like how money doesn't grow on trees, and then I show them a picture of Animal Crossing.
Exactly.
Where it doesn't grow on every tree, though.
But anyway,
Sadly.
like the 360 period was like the period of peer pressure playing
You want to
games
know what's
that
the
I
saddest
wouldn't
part
like.
about that time period?
What?
I'm like the world's biggest Metal Gear fan. I had a PS3 around that time. I bought Metal Gear Solid 4 at
You never
2008.
played it.
You want to know when I beat it? 2013.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember I hung out with you the night after you beat it.
Yeah, and I was like, what have I done? This is the greatest thing
To be fair, that
ever."
game does have a very slow start, though. It's
Oh,
very
God.
hard to get into.
Like,
that
I
game.
told you about this. And for anyone that ever played Metal Gear, I don't know if you'll agree with me or not, but the game does not pick up, in my honest opinion, until like Act 3. That is when shit hits the fan, and then it's a roller coaster.
Mostly at the
Hype,
end of Act 3, I would
nostalgia,
think.
and just a feels trip altogether.
Yeah, without getting like too into it, because I want Brie to play them. But like, it's really cool what they do with like the final acts, because they tie so much to past games that it's like playing through that part is just kind of a trip, because there's just so many references and just so many like callbacks, and it's just really really neat what they decide to do with it. I thought it was really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone else have anything to talk about with games? Or
So
should
what I played this week.
Yeah, no, we got on like
Oh yeah, I thought you already talked about.
we did our
Oh,
signature
God. All right,
like
well, what have you
non-topical
played recently?
bullshit.
Well, I beat Long Live the Queen. Thank you. It's fucking ridiculous that I beat it with you, right?
Yeah.
You're pseudo watching. I was trying to get you to like pitch in, but you're like,
Smash
be a
Brothers.
because
Yes.
also by the time I was getting him to play, like I knew everything
You know,
I was clicking on.
speaking of weeboo trash, that Dengeki Bunko Climax game that's coming out.
Let's let her finish what she's
Okay.
talking about before we get
Yeah,
into
that
this
sounds
random
awful.
shit.
That
Yeah.
sounds like
Doesn't look
some
good.
sort of online flash game that's
It's not.
to jack off.
But it might as well
Damn.
be.
Well, it does just by the name.
Well, Dengeki Bunko is a publisher.
Oh, well, the second part of that sounded pretty
Climax?
good, yeah. But you put them
That's not-
together.
It's a literature term.
Yeah,
No,
Climax
but
is not.
when you put them
inherently
together.
The
sexual.
turning point.
Yeah, The Rising.
Well, I know.
Ha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See,
Innuendos.
exactly. Point proven.
Zing.
Point
The
was.
Zinger.
All right, we'll go on. I'm sorry.
Oh, and then I bought Citizens of Earth.
What's
Which
that?
I was gonna
It's
talk
the
about.
Mother
It's the Earthbound-ish game.
Okay.
No, it's not a copy.
Oh, the Earthbound.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Inspired. I
Yeah.
hate when you say that.
I
hate it.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I know. But it's actually really fun.
It's actually not that bad. There is some pretty decent humor.
I want
in
to
it.
try it.
And
It looks
literally
pretty.
every citizen has like very unique abilities. Where if you can make you would love it because you're weird with breaking things. So you'd try to figure out the best.
There's
party
probably a
combo.
lot of strategies in that game to break that.
There's honestly a lot.
Because there's so many party members.
And you can up the game difficulty level like
Ooh.
right away.
All right. I'm interested. How much is it?
It was 15, I want to say.
Not too
And it's
bad.
on everything. We
it's
got
on
it on
everything.
PS4.
I
yeah.
think I'd recommend.
I'd probably get it. Is it on like 3DS?
It's on 3DS.
I prefer my RPGs on a handheld.
I'm thinking if I was to buy it again, I'd buy it on 3DS.
I really like handheld RPGs just because they're so long that it's it's
And you
kind of
can
easier
take
to
it.
like
This one,
in
yeah.
between classes.
I blame
know,
Pokemon.
stuff like that. Yeah, I definitely think Pokemon helped play a big role in like portable RPGs
Mm-hmm.
becoming like a big.
Not to
thing.
mention Golden Sun for you.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother
I
subject.
remember when I
for
was
you.
replaying that and she saw it. She was like, "This game looks terrible," and I was like, "You don't even know, Brie. You don't know anything."
Because it does look terrible.
It's like fucking like
I know.
14 years old.
I don't care.
It's
Probably during
14,
the time
isn't it?
it was like amazing, but now it
It's
looks like
still good.
RPG Maker trash.
Hey.
Ah.
Whoa.
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 One of our friends are gonna be pissed if they heard that.
Yeah.
That's okay. Let them be pissed.
I'm pissed hearing this. I'm
Okay.
gonna grab this mic. I'm gonna throw
you
it
know
across the room.
Hey yo, that's gonna be
Yeah.
you better
Smash.
I apologize for that just now. I shouldn't physically
you're gonna
grab
have to
the
edit
microphone.
that.
I know.
I know. I'm gonna have to like just compress that down.
No, you know what you should do? When you grab the mic, you should just make like a squeaky noise like
I don't
Yeah.
know. I just feel very like whenever we do these podcasts, I feel like I have to be very snarky and very judgmental of your guys' taste, just to like
Because you're
Just
the
to
you're
the
the
counter.
outlier.
just to
yeah.
be the counter.
Fair enough.
Sometimes it won't even be my like full opinion because I haven't like I vaguely remember it, but
Alright.
I gotta be that.
Yeah, to be
person.
fair, you are on like the other side of the spectrum to where like I like what I like. Attila likes a lot of what I like, but he also likes his own things. And then like
I'm way over here.
yeah, you haven't played like half the stuff that we're like, oh my god.
And then you
supposed to
haven't
remember.
played half the stuff. I'd be like, yes, and
Yeah.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Rude.
But you're getting introduced to them is the good part. I mean, you're getting into Persona.
Yeah, but
you're
you know,
getting
like,
into the Metal Gears.
He's
Oh
not
my
getting
God.
into like anything that I.
Because you never
try-
bring the
No,
stuff
I
over.
do. I'm like, hey, here, try Papo and Yo, and you're like,
What the hell is that?
it's the fucking game I have on Steam, like ready to
That
go.
you never said, hey,
No.
play this.
Okay, I left to work one day when my desktop was working, and to be fair, that might be the reason you haven't played a lot. But I left to work, and I was like, hey, that game is installed, give it a go, and you read One Piece all day.
I
Like,
had
we do
priorities at the
trash.
time. Hey,
Yeah. Just saying.
don't you dare ever say that again about One Piece.
I bought you enough One Piece stuff.
I
It's
will
worth
kill motherfuckers over that shit.
Damn.
Yeah, I'll drop some people.
care.
People's elbow.
Care. Since I've like
That reminds
started
me.
being here with not having a desktop available, I played a lot more console, which is why I'm getting into like Persona and using my handhelds
Barely.
and like not playing
Played
Steam
Persona
all the
once at her
time.
house.
And marathoning Katamari
Oh, Katamari's the shit.
and Viva Pinata.
Yeah, I still have my taste. Just saying that green.
Hey, Viva Pinata was fun.
I never played it.
Then you find out that two wearing pinatas can have sex, and you're like, "This is not a kid's
And
game
there's
anymore."
a sex mini game.
I know.
And I'm like, but it doesn't. They have a baby, but it still gets like flown in. It's very confusing.
I know, right?
The pinata pelican.
Yeah,
Sex
it, like,
is
brings it
purely
in.
for pleasure in that universe. Serves no
I'm
other
like, why did I
purpose.
have you guys make love? I don't understand. Okay. And then you name them, right? You name your pinatas in this game, and then you have another pinata, and it eats it. Like I named my pinata. I named one after Jeremiah. It got devoured.
Oh God.
He was a fucking
Rest in
bunny.
fucking pieces.
He's like Jeremiah the idol princess. That's
Aw.
right. He's a
I
little
like
bunny.
it. I like it.
And then he got fucking ate by a snake.
You know what my favorite thing about this podcast is?
Hmm.
Is that we talk about games that aren't even topical ever. And everyone's like, yeah, everything.
Non-topical.
What is even topical?
It's not. Like, well, to be fair, fuck topical. Because what are we going to talk about? Evolve's coming out tomorrow,
Who
guys.
the fuck cares about Evolve?
Wait, that's actually...
You already know what
I thought that game was out. I always see it on Steam.
It's literally coming out tonight at midnight.
Yeah. Well, like,
well, I
really enjoyed Left 4 Dead, but, like, that game...
See, now I made this topic.
Yeah, there you go.
Topical.
Good job.
Topic worthy.
Topic worthy.
Yeah.
So, everything that's topical, we're like... It's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, no, we talked Friday the 13th.
That's true.
coming
That's
up.
topical.
Yeah, that
That's
is a
good.
pretty topical thing, especially for Nintendo fans.
Also, the word of the day is topical. Look it up.
You guys are nerds.
Dictionary.com. SAT word of the day.
Oh my god, what have we become?
Sesame Street educational programming.
Oh, can we put this podcast under, like, educational?
You learn a word today
You learn.
that you probably already knew.
The new word of the day is motherfucking kill you.
That's one word.
That's, yeah.
With 3 capitals in it.
Yeah.
He said it.
Word of the
4
day
capitals.
is shut up, and we'll get back to what we were talking about.
Alright,
Good
let's
point.
talk.
Evolve.
Okay, here, we'll have my
Alright.
topic, and then you guys can jump into yours.
Alright.
Alright,
Because I don't want to talk about Evolve.
And you guys don't want to talk about what I want to talk about, and then I don't want to talk about
And then we're
what you
going to
wanna
talk about what we want to talk about for like half an hour.
It's
So.
true. Alright, so Destiny. Fucking awesome.
Halo.
It's not Halo.
Halo
It's
Simulator.
Halo.
It's really,
It's
you guys haven't played it.
It's Halo cross
And
Call of Duty.
And it is, and it's wonderful. It's like the cross that needed to happen. It's the baby that had to be born.
Like Jesus.
Yes.
Jesus.
It's the second coming of shooters.
It is. That's
You
a
know,
perfect way
I
to
actually
say
kind
it.
of dig the idea that it's an MMO shooter.
They did. People are bitch about it not being the good part of the MMO, or I don't know what, because a lot of people
What do you
bitch
mean?
about
the
Destiny.
good
I don't
part
know.
of the MMO?
I don't know.
What,
I
like
love
boring
it.
It's got-
fetch questing?
it's got-
or
Exactly.
the
It's got
long ass
raids.
backtracking?
It's got raids. It's
That's
got.
MMO.
It's got the
dailies.
loot drop system. from-
Everything you just said is MMO, though.
Yeah.
So, like, that's in every MMO,
Yeah,
just
no,
about. There's
I-
not any part of an MMO that's like, oh, like, it doesn't have the good parts of MMOs. Because every MMO has those bad parts because it's an MMO. That's how MMOs work.
Generally, when it comes to MMOs, I hate ones that involve heavy backtracking and ones that, like, kill 5 of this enemy and then go back into the town. I like the MMOs that are like... Oh, excuse me.
You did it again.
Sorry, I'm trying to, like,
Just-
very
just-
silently.
I know, but just skim over it. No one would even notice.
I'm
I told you the
sorry.
same thing like the
Alright.
last time.
But anyways,
Anyway,
the only kind of MMOs I would like is kind of like Monster Hunter, where it has, like, MMORPG elements where it's just, you got 4 people, you're in a lobby, go fight this thing, carve it, then you move on
which
to the
is
next monster.
Destiny, except Destiny is first-person shooter.
Yeah, so
it's all
I'd be fine with that.
preference-based. No,
And
it's
then-
I just haven't given it a shot yet. Like, I'm definitely not against this.
Well, I don't
Oh,
think you
God.
would like it because you wouldn't have anyone to play with.
You know what
That's
that
not true.
just made me remember?
Okay.
You know what that just
So
made
you
me
have
remember? The Dead Island hype.
Oh, those trailers, though.
The trailers were so cool. The gameplay looked so cool. And then when you buy it, you're like,
Oh.
what the hell
Fetch
did I
Quest
just
again.
buy?
My mom actually bought that game because of the
The-
trailer.
Really?
No freedom, the game.
Yeah, we watched the trailer and we're like, wow, this has to be fucking good. We went down to GameStop, bought it,
Yeah, I remember getting that game.
and then...
And we'll
but
still never forget the
saddest
final
part
boss for
is we
that
bought
game.
it super late, so we could have warned ourselves.
Did
I
you
bought
guys
it
ever
on
beat
release.
Dead Island?
No.
No?
I basically
I beat
got
it.
a little into it because basically I started playing. I was like, yeah, like open world, like MMO as zombie game. Like, this is going to be so cool.
Dying
And
Light.
then you play it and it's
Topical.
like, you meet all these people and it's like, okay, this is like a little like hub world. This is weird. And then it's just, hey, go get this for me. Then you,
Then you
fight
do
the
that for
ship.
like 5 more hours.
Yeah, and you're like, when does this become like, an exploration game? Like, a zombie game should like, you want to survive. You don't want to fucking, go do shit for people
Zombie.
endlessly.
Sounds like you would like Dying Light.
Or zombie.
I don't know how I feel about that game, honestly.
I want to try it.
I'd give it a shot, but I wouldn't buy it.
I'd rent it.
I'd rent
We
it.
should see if Redbox has it.
We
Give
should.
it like a
Just
day
we'll
trial.
all split 3 ways for the Dying Light
For
game
the
and just try it out.
$2?
Hey man,
It's $2 So I was
Wipe my
confused. I was
ass
like,
with
are we
$2.
buying it 3 way?
I don't use Redbox, okay?
Oh, $50
Fix it,
for a
so-
2-day rental.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it's not the case. Zombie U is also like pseudo in that style.
I
Is it?
kind of want to try
You
zombie.
can cry. You craft.
Did you say cry?
I don't know what
I
I
think,
said.
that's
you
what, I
can
think that's what
cry.
you said at first. I was like,
You
you
can
can cry.
Well, I cried. I get scared easily.
Yeah, I know you do.
I have it, so we can play
Just
it.
like when you were playing PT, you had to like
Oh my
cover your
God.
face with like a
Oh my
blanket
God.
so you wouldn't scream as loud.
Oh my
And the
God.
worst part is, like, I love horror games.
And I was just laughing at you the whole time.
I bought over Eternal Darkness because it's one of my favorite horror games. It's under Jeremiah's bed right now.
Why aren't we playing that?
I don't know.
You haven't even brought it up.
It's under the bed. Remember when I was like, look at all these games?
I was like,
Actually, no, we wanted to play Pikmin. the
I
Pikmin
still
series.
have
right. I haven't
my
played
friend's
that.
copy of Fatal Frame
right.
2, which I am still surprised she hasn't like texted me back or
never
like
give that back to her, and I will.
I know,
steal it.
right? That's a game you hold on
like
to.
she like randomly would come over to my house and she would want to play the game, but she's too scared to play it, so I would have to play it for her, and she would just watch me play it. And it's like, this game is not scary
It's
at all.
not.
It's atmospheric, I will give it that, but I am not scared of
I
it.
find that's the case with a lot of horror games, is they're not.
It depends on what the
It
game
depends
is.
on,
Like,
like,
PT
how
made
much
me
of
lose
a
my shit.
pansy.
I feel like PT and like a lot of the earlier Silent Hills are definitely kind of where it excels the most at being like really scary and atmospheric.
Truth. All right, talk about it.
Wait, what?
Saw 5.
Oh, yeah!
It's happening.
First
Well, I
song
mean, we
now.
already knew it was happening. But
Yeah,
gameplay, music, things.
DUI.
exciting
Yeah,
things.
so there was a
DUI.
there was a stream, and it finally showed off Persona
I
5
stayed up till 5
gameplay.
a.m. to
You-
watch it
You
You
fell
were
asleep
crazy.
and woke up.
for 15 minutes.
Oh, it was only fit. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, never
like I
mind.
literally woke up
Props.
like right when they were playing like
I would've
the
laughed.
last 2 songs for the live, and I was like, fuck, it's almost 5 a.m. I passed out for like 10 minutes, and I was like, ugh. But I
And
made
then
it.
when that trailer came out, you and me were just watching
I
it
was-
from like 5 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah, I've seen that trailer like 40 times. I have been like dissecting that like a motherfucker. First,
To the
like,
point where we actually know the names of the characters.
yeah,
like,
like first I want to say Morgana is like an incredible mascot. Like it's
is it Morgana? Because I read
think
somewhere that
so.
it was also Morgan.
who knows. I
But-
think it was
I read
Morgana.
Either
Morgana,
way-
but I read that from Jeremiah's Twitter.
From but basically the character that we're talking about is the cat that transforms into that cat mascot.
Yeah,
and that
and
thing is so cute.
I love it because it's like the perfect kind of mascot where it looks dumb, but it also looks cute at the same time.
And cool.
And cool. So it's like a perfect blend. And then, you know,
Cool and cute.
yeah,
Okay.
right? But like, one thing I really loved about it is the protagonist. Because from the first trailer that we saw of him like riding on the train, everyone kind of assumed that he was going to be like this kind of shyer kind of character.
Right, I
The
know
sh-
you're excited. Let's talk a little slower.
All right, sorry.
Alright.
This is a big topic.
I
for
know,
me,
I
We're
so-
we're really
I
excited.
know, I
Yeah.
can tell. I'm like,
Yeah.
his voice is literally, and he's just sitting here playing with his hands, and
He's
I
like
can
all
just imagine him
fidgety
getting
and
faster and faster, like Persona 5 is the best game ever.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
continue.
anyway, like, you know, we kind of saw like this kind of like shyer kind of character, I think, that people kind of assumed. And then it turns out he's like a fucking, he's
Badass.
crazy
He's a
as
badass.
shit. Yeah, like fucking yellow eyes catching on fire and shit.
with
like,
blood all over his face.
Yeah,
he has a
like-
gun and he's just shooting people down,
Yeah,
escaping
and just
from
like
the cops.
all like the crazy smirks and the heists and shit. Like,
It looks.
it was
cool.
definitely like, you know, it's definitely Persona when you look at it, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's so different. Like, no one could have expected the direction that it went in.
It's kind of like a reference to P1 and P2 because I remember
I
those
definitely
games
kinda
you
feel
can
like that.
use guns like for all the party members. So I'm wondering
Yeah.
if in P5 because you can see in the menu there's weapon and then there's guns. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering
There's
if you
melee
can use
weapons
both.
and guns. We did notice that. Another thing that I was definitely excited about for it is that I thought was interesting. This may or may not be anything, but I remember the battle sequence we saw in the trailer that they were fighting SMT
People.
monsters.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're fighting people.
I don't remember seeing people.
I saw people, so I'm
Really?
wondering if they're Persona users. Because it's
I
a
don't know,
guy with a Sandman, and a Sandman.
Yeah, there were
was
2
generally
Sandmans. I
a
remember.
Persona.
Yeah, so like that was interesting for sure. definitely the ending part where he catches on fire and the fire kind of forms the same kind of like fiery face as his persona. So that kind of makes me think, is it going to be like Tokusatsu-esque where like they equip their personas to become their kind of like, their masquerade counterparts, which I think would be interesting.
That would be cool. And then like the setting too is really awesome too.
Yeah, high school heist. That was pretty interesting. Like it was just a very
and not to mention the theme song.
Yeah, that trailer theme was solid.
Funky.
Yeah, I really dug it. I dug like the animation, the colors. The menus are amazing. I think that's a thing most people have talked about, is how cool the menus are.
Yeah, because they kept pausing the game. And
I always thought what was funny was, I remember seeing a post on Tumblr and I decided to reblog it where it's like, I can't believe Harry Potter, Naruto, and the girl from Danganronpa and Moemon.
And no, it was Doraemon.
Doraemon.
Yeah.
Are in Persona.
It wasn't Harry Potter. It was what's that dude's name from Detective Conan?
No, it was
Kaito Kid.
No, I saw it with Harry Potter.
I saw one with Kaito Kid.
Who the fuck is Harry Potter in the trailer?
He plays P5 protagonist.
He does not look like Harry Potter.
I don't know. That's what I saw, and I thought it was funny.
I saw Kaito Kid, which is basically a guy who looks just like Shinichi Kudo.
It was basically those four robbing a bank as ninjas.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll admit, since I haven't played any really Persona, I'm like not even hours in.
Touched like 3 for like an hour.
What?
You've scratched the surface.
I'm going to the scratch. When I first saw the first reveal of Persona 5, where he's like walking and he has the little headphones, right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, he's walking.
Yeah, he had like headphones.
Did he?
Yeah, he had headphones.
I think he was checking his phone too.
Yeah, he was checking his phone, and then he looks up and he sees like the flames.
I thought
in the
he
background.
had headphones in the train.
He might have.
Okay, regardless,
so.
headphones are not that important.
Yeah.
But after I saw that, I was like, oh, I mean, it looks pretty, but animated sequences do, and it looked like it had the same kind of feel of what I was getting out of 3, because that's what I'm playing right now. Same kind of main protagonist. And then after this trailer, I'm like, okay, I'd play that. Even if I don't finish these, I'm going to play that one.
You know I won't let that happen.
I will. I'll do it behind your back.
But yeah, this
Right
game,
over your
like,
save
you know,
file.
I also love, because I remember them saying it was going to use the Catherine engine, but then I remember they chose a different engine, but I love how Catherine the game just looks in general. Like, it looks like
it has like that
And
cross
Catherine Prince
between.
in PQ, right?
Oh yeah, when they're at the shooting gallery. And then a lot of people were saying.
Well, not to mention also there's a
straight
Catherine
shoot.
reference in P3P.
Yeah.
I want another Catherine.
I would love a Catherine too.
I don't know if that would happen though.
Or just something different.
Similar.
Like,
No, you know what would be like a hilarious way to do a Catherine 2? Have the name Catherine but begins with a K.
ooh, that'd be good.
That is pretty good.
That's actually, they're doing it right now. We just don't know.
Ooh.
I think they do it after 5, but
Yeah,
They just use the Persona 5 engine for
Probably,
Catherine with
yeah.
a K.
they might as well.
Built
It looks just the same, you know. I mean, just a little bit better.
Actually, it might. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
But we'll see what'll happen.
Also, the Velvet Room prison.
Oh yeah, the Velvet Room is at prison. The hosts are twins.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Like, I definitely like that because we've already had 2 sisters and like a guy, optional guy. But
I still find
canon.
it a little bullshit that Theodore is canon, but not Minako.
Yeah. Whatever. But anyway, like, I thought that was interesting because everyone, always jumps to transportation. Because, in like 2 and stuff, the Velvet Room is just, a straight up room.
Mm-hmm.
But in 3, it's an elevator, and 4, it's a limo. So I think everyone was kind of, thinking like, oh, it'll be a train or like an airplane or this or that. But
nope, it's prison.
very
because he gets
different.
caught probably during the heist.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
very
So that's
good.
probably the first time he actually goes to the Velvet Room is after a heist that goes wrong.
Probably. That's an
cool.
interesting
I dig that.
idea.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
There
Thank
go.
Good job.
I have
I
a
like
brain.
that. Yeah. So that's very cool. Oh, another thing that kind of drives that point home is definitely after he gets caught in the trailer, it kind of has that like that Persona Awakening sound, like the jingle when it shows like P Studio and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
There we go.
All right,
It's
we've
canon
now.
now.
Already officially
We know the first 2 levels.
we know the first 2 hours
and if
of
you,
the game.
Also, another interesting thing too from the previous trailer. I know I'm just
piecing it together.
dragging it on, but like he sees the same kind of fire that engrosses him, like in the later trailer, but he's looking at it. And I'm assuming
What if
he's not the first one.
What if Ryuji, the blonde-haired guy,
kid.
what if he actually shows him the persona power or something?
Well, that's not...
Why are both other characters blonde?
Maybe they're brother and sister.
Oh, good point.
No, they have different names, like family names.
Cousin?
Who knows? But, so I think it's interesting that he might not be, like, the first one to awaken. This one kind of similar in Persona 3, where he kind of gets dragged into the Persona situation, as opposed to 4, where you start it,
I've got to that part.
Yeah, and
I
so...
was awakened.
I think the first awakening, because if you watch the opening sequence, you see someone fall off a building, and there's a flash of light, and a flying persona comes out. So I'm wondering if that's going to kind of be like the first situation that we kind of see a persona appear.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Any other, like, persona outside Persona 5?
Persona 4 Dancing All Night. Then you showed off Yukiko and Naoto dancing.
And Nanako.
And
Yeah, I
and
saw the outfits.
then they also
Maybe
announced
the
some
ones.
remixes to certain songs.
Yeah,
time to
Lotus
make,
Juice
Lotus
is
Juice!
a remix.
Lotus
That's the only name I recognize.
He's doing the Inside the TV theme, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for that game. What I'm really excited for is because we've been wanting a second Vita, is that there's Persona 4 Dancing All Night Vita coming out. So
Really?
I don't know if
Yeah,
it's coming out here,
it's-
but it's happening.
If I remember, it's green and white, isn't it?
I think so, or it's just really
We
pretty.
do want a
looking.
second
It's
Vita.
really
So
pretty.
even if it's Japan only, I'm still tempted to buy it because that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then another good thing about Persona 4 Dancing All Night, aside from the music and the awesome outfits,
And Lotus Juice.
and Lotus Juice and the graphics, I
and the
really
new
like
art
the art
designs for
style.
all the characters.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
It comes with a disc of Persona 5 footage, apparently, like a Blu-ray disc.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Interesting. That comes out in March?
that comes out in June for Japan, I
Oh.
believe, like June 24th
That's right.
or
We
something.
don't know when Persona 5
Everyone get-
Apparently, it's still 2015.
It won't happen.
So like December 2015.
Maybe, because I remember
November.
the first reveal was supposed to come out winter of last year. So it was supposed to be out in Japan already. They said it was supposed to come out prior to this trailer in 2015 for, all territories. So Japan and America. So they haven't stated anything differently. I'm assuming that at least we're not going to get till 2016, but I'm still kind of holding on to the thread that, like, we've seen gameplay of it, and it looks pretty polished. It doesn't look in the early stages anymore, from what I can
You know
see.
what I
I'm
just...
thinking that it'll come out in all places at the same time. I feel like localization is now so key. Plus, it saves you money in marketing.
It really does.
Mhm.
And
Because
then
you just build these hypes and you don't have to, like, rebuild
the
it.
game industry is so worldwide now,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to how it used to be. So I'm really hoping that, we all get it relatively around the same time. Because
That'd be nice.
the worst thing is always having to, dance around
Ignore
spoilers,
the internet for
It's-
like a
yeah.
couple months.
Oh, that's
Like,
true.
remember when Pokemon X and Y was gonna be a worldwide release, and then what was it, Canada or France?
They released. I
They
think
released
Canada
the game
released
like
it early.
2 weeks early, and then like everything was spoiled, like
Yeah.
all the Mega Evolutions, and
I don't check
Game
that
Freak
stuff.
was like pissed off about that.
Oh, yeah,
so
they
it's
were
like
super
they're not
pissed.
gonna do it anymore or something like that.
No, they still did worldwide.
Really?
Yeah, I think they threatened the carrier. I think it might have been I don't remember who it was, but they threatened whoever did that with not stocking the game through their company, like, every store ever.
Mm.
Like, they literally, like, were like, if you do this again, like, you're not ever getting any sales through us again. So, or merchandise. So that was kind of a big deal. But
So hopefully Persona 5 comes out around the same time for
Yeah.
everyone.
Because
I don't want to like log into my Tumblr and then like find out like the P5 protagonist dies or something at the
Yeah.
end.
Just don't.
so
Internet.
yeah, but that's hard.
It's hard.
difficult. But the localization time between games hasn't been too bad so far. I mean, Ultimax didn't take too long. I think Q was a couple months. Q came out in November here, I think.
Yeah, it came
So
out in
it
November.
took about 5 months for it to come out. So
Oh, that's pretty bad.
yeah, I mean,
I consider that bad.
not terrible, but not great.
Well, and the Dancing All Night should honestly come to.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be Yakuza 5. Yakuza 5 came out in, I think it was 2013 in Japan, and it's being released worldwide like Q3 of this year for everyone else.
Oh, yeah, it's actually for sure coming.
Yeah. And there's already
new?
like a Yakuza 0 or something coming out after that.
Oh, no,
that
I
was,
knew about this.
But it's, yeah.
What's the ones that never made it here?
I think
The
there
zombie
was
one, right?
No, Dead
Or
Souls
the
is
zombie.
here.
Okay.
I think there's like some...
The HD one never made it.
Yeah, and then there's some prequels too, like some kind of spin-offy ones that take
I like
place.
how you're always bringing up this game, but you've never played it.
Well, I want to play it though.
I know, but he's like constantly. You brought it up last podcast.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I'm
bring
very
up
into this series
That
that,
you
I
haven't
haven't played.
played.
It's definitely one of those ones that just attracts me, you know? Like,
Yeah.
like you
You
see
just
it and you're
play
like,
it.
I
You
need
have
to play.
2.
I have 3.
You have 3.
2's the rarest one.
Okay, just fucking play 3.
But I want to play the other ones.
Like, are they like a continuity
Yes.
thing? Oh.
But isn't 1 on like
PS2.
PS2?
Yeah, so is 2.
Have fun with that. Can you download them?
4 is free on PSN right now, so. But
Well, what about 1 and
and
2?
2?
I don't think you can buy those versions.
See if you can
Why don't you
download
just
1 and
watch
2.
them online?
It's not the same.
You
Yeah,
could
but
all.
it's probably bad.
You could
gameplay
always
by now.
just,
That's the progression though. Is like you play the oldest game first, and
Gameplay.
yeah, you're like, yeah, it hasn't gotten that
dated.
good. But then you get to the next one, you're like, holy shit, these controls are great. And then you get to the next one, it just keeps getting better.
Yeah, I
from there,
know.
you know?
But then you had to go back and
Mm-hmm.
go through like 20 years gameplay. Not 20 years.
I don't.
Old
That doesn't
gameplay.
bother me. Like I like plenty of old games, so
Okay.
it's not like an
Well,
issue.
So you say now, and then next week he plays
I'm
like
like-
Rocky's at 1. He's like, the controls!
I'm like decades late into this, but I'm kind of want to get an original PSP because I never got one ever.
They're
and
good.
I kind of want to get one mainly because there's so many PSP games I'm interested in.
Especially outside of Japan, there were a lot of PSP games.
Pretty obvious. Big Metal Gear fan. I've never played Portable Ops or the Acid series, and I really want to try them.
I'd lend them to you.
I'd love that. One of my favorite PS1 games when I was a kid that used to give me a shit ton of nightmares, but I still loved it, was called Medieval.
Medieval. Oh, yeah.
It's the game with Sir Daniel Fortescue. And there's like a remake of it called Medieval Resurrection. There's a Street Fighter Alpha 3 port.
Yeah.
But it has Yun from Street Fighter 3 in it.
Interesting.
And Eagle, I think was his name, from Street Fighter 1, I think. And then, that was basically it for PSP games. Is there anything else we want to talk about?
Well, there's always stuff to talk about.
There always
but-
stuff to talk about, but before people, the maybe one person that made it 5 minutes into this podcast, drops out, that even though they dropped out already.
For those still watching, we love you.
And our Patreon account is...
Yeah, I need
Our
$40 for
PayPal-
my Monster Hunter 3DS.
Our PayPal
Donate
donation
to my
link.
PayPal.
Y'all a bunch of sellouts.
Y'all can follow me on Twitter where I live tweet my
Yo,
Destiny playthroughs.
thank you, Apple, for this amazing MacBook Air and my iPhone 6 Plus.
You're gonna get sued for
Sponsor.
that.
Sponsor.
This isn't an error.
This is not even a...
I don't know.
This is a fucking MacBook Pro with Retina display.
There it is. Butt it. Give us one. Just kidding.
Wow.
We're not
okay,
sponsored.
You guys, God.
We just steamrolled into
You
garbage.
sicken me.
All right.
We're not sponsored, I promise. Okay,
Yet,
well,
if you
bye.
would like to
This is the
sponsor
end.
us, you can email
Watch
us.
the Persona 5 trailer if you haven't seen it already.
Is this the button I click to stop this horrible mess?
Yes.